VantageSoftware.com. Ultimate Dodgeball continues here at Sky Zone. Trace Worthington with Ed Prentice. A great matchup we saw in our first round where Grand Rapids took top honors. Now it's time to move on to our next one. This is going to be a big one. Two Canadian teams will battle it out, and it is Toronto Sky Zone. They'll take on Mississauga Sky Zone. Ed, I'm sure these two teams know each other well. What do you expect to see?
Well, like you said, Trace, these guys do know each other well, and that means anything could happen. If you thought that last matchup was exciting, wait till you see this one, because in this 2 out of 3 format, you've got to get out to a quick jump. And Toronto, who normally plays pretty conservative, they're a very smart, strategic team. I expect them to try to get a jump on Mississauga, and I don't think Mississauga is going to have any of that. They're going to be coming back hard. So anybody can win. I've got to give the edge to Toronto, though.
All right, looking forward to it. Before we begin, let's meet some of the guys from our first matchups. It's Sky Zone Mississauga versus Sky Zone Toronto. Sky Zone Mississauga made up of Cameron Radican, Matthew Silvera, Jason McVetti, there's Ian Chalmers, Brian Sewell, and Mark Zebravi. A very powerful team from Toronto made up of Dave Cutner, Jeff Snow, Michael Lazick, Jonah Koplowitz, Jason Mergler, and Dan Bitzicott. And here we go, Mississauga on the far side of the screen in blue, Toronto in red. Here we go with game 1 of 3, Ed.
Two very strong teams out of Canada here. Canada is known for having a lot of serious dodgeballers up there. And you can see they play a little more defensive, and both teams are sizing each other up right now. And there they go. The ref gives them a warning. Each team is only allowed to hold the ball for a certain amount of time, several seconds each. And then you'll hear the ref chime in and force them to throw. If they do not throw, that player who did not throw will be removed from the court.
Who are some of the strong players on the Toronto side?
Well, you got to say on the Toronto side, Dave Cutner is obviously their captain and their leader on that court. And I think everything centers around him. If Dave's having a good day, the team's having a good day. Jeff Snow, Mike Laziak, Koplowitz, Mergler. I mean, these guys have all been playing together for a while, and they're all very solid dodgeball players.
Getting work, though, by Mississauga.
Yeah, I don't think they expected this. They came out here...
Wow.
Expecting to handle Mississauga pretty handily, but this isn't looking that way. Mississauga's just packing them off one at a time. And look at that.
Wow. And just like that, Toronto goes down. That's what you need to do against Toronto. Just come out firing, Hyatt.
Yeah, and we'll go back to the 4-on-5 here. And Snow, while in the act of throwing, gets nailed by McVetti for Mississauga. I mean, Snow was just caught off guard and takes one right to the face. And there it is. And McVetti doesn't stop there. 5-on-3, and he just nails Bitzicott with a nice cross-court bullet right to his shoulder. And look at McVetti just dropping guys left and right from Toronto. And now we're Mergler. He's in the corner in Silveria on a very close call. The ball just nips him in the shin, and Mergler gets up very disappointed. And there we see it again. Drops to the mat, looks up, and walks to the sideline. 5-on-1, and a couple guys from Toronto retreat, but Laziak drops the throw and then gets nailed as he falls to the mat.
So Mississauga looking very strong here, Ed, in the first of 3 matchups.
Yeah, Toronto did not expect that. Mississauga just cleared the plate with these guys, and I'm sure they're going to come back for vengeance.
Coming up, more Ultimate Dodgeball. Stay tuned.
Don't miss the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship Series each week as competitors filtered from 450 teams across the continent dodge, duck, dip, dive, and fly their way to $50,000 in cash prizes. Plus, be sure to catch the upcoming Ultimate Dodgeball Pepsi Charity Challenge when Randy Couture's Extreme Couture team of MMA fighters challenge the Ultimate Dodgeball Champions for $15,000 in charity contributions. Check local listings for upcoming episodes on this channel.
Back to the action. Mississauga versus Toronto. Mississauga taking game 1 of 3. And here we go with game 2.
Yeah, and Trace, it was a big surprise for Toronto. I mean, they just did not expect to go down like that, and I expect them to come back strong. Toronto's one of the best teams in the league, so my guess is here they're going to have an answer for what Mississauga did the first time around.
We are at Sky Zone, Las Vegas. 2 Canadian teams battling it out. Mississauga there in blue.
Yeah, and this is going to be a heck of a game. Oh, and look at that, not paying attention. Mississauga loses a player, but they still go on the attack and put Toronto on their heels. Captain David Cutner calling out some commands here to his team, trying to get these guys rallied and back into this thing, Trace.
Toronto, this is pretty shocking. Seems like they'd be a little bit more aggressive here in the second game.
They're up one player, or no, it's 4-on-4 here. Looks like there was a bit of a controversy there. We'll take a look at it later, but right now they're up 4-3, and here comes Toronto throwing. Now they drop back. Watch the rhythm of the Toronto players. They come up to the line, they make their throws, and they drop back. It's a very controlled game. There's Snow, goes up to grab a ball and see how he retreats back, play a little defense, and then they talk it over.
Toronto a bit shaken after just getting blasted out of that first game by Mississauga.
And here they go, playing their game, taking each player on Mississauga one at a time.
Now this is the normal patience you usually see out of Toronto.
Yeah, not like the first game. The first game was a complete aberration. That's probably too big of a word for dodgeball, but it was a complete aberration.
I got it.
Mississauga, throw the ball! 3!
The ref's telling Mississauga to throw the ball in.
Yeah, they can't hold that ball. It's called stalling. If they hold the ball for too long, the ref counts it down. If they do not throw the ball, they are called out of the game, and you do not want to lose a game on a call like that, on a stalling call.
And 2-on-1, and Kuttner's still out on the court. You don't want to be out there flying solo with Kuttner on the court.
No, but Toronto's got to be careful because they didn't have anything to protect themselves there with, but now they do. And Severa's back there trying to find a way to protect himself, but Snow's up front, and Snow, a powerful lefty, just fires one, and look at him. He knows he took him out. Severa knows, and he steps to the sideline as Toronto ties this thing up. If we go back to early on in the game, 5-on-5, Mergler throws, and Chalmers makes a grab against the back net. And there you go. He uses the back wall and comes in and just dials it in, and out goes one for Toronto. 4-on-4, McVetti makes a low throw that catches Snow on the ankle. However, the referee calls him over the orange line on the center court.
Very sensitive call, and you can see just barely over the line. You can see it from overhead there, Ed.
Yeah, and he's not allowed to plint over that orange line. It's not often called on the line versus the pad, but they called it there, and Mississauga paid the price for that. That was a two-person swing. 4-on-3, Lazic makes an attack, throws, and then gets hit in the hand by Sewell trying to make the catch. Sewell with a great cross-court throw. I mean, he just rifles this. And Lazic is a great player. He just could not pull that in. And all of a sudden, it's 3-on-3. And then Koplowitz throws at the foot of Brian Sewell and just takes him out right there. And there you go. Bang, right in the foot. And that's just a great throw by Koplowitz because he keeps it nice and low where Sewell cannot make a play on it, and it's too fast for him to jump. And now it's 3-on-2. Kuttner and Koplowitz attack Chalmers with a double shot, and that's the way to do it. Throw two balls at one player. Very, very smart play by Toronto as they backpedal to get back on defense. And Chalmers heads to the sideline, and now we're looking at 3-on-1. And here comes Kuttner and Koplowitz, and they both make an attack on Silvera. But a great throw catches Koplowitz in the knee. Look closely here. You can see it rebound right off his knee, and no argument from Koplowitz. A very honest player as he raises his hand and steps up. And then 2-on-1, Jeff Snow just finishes it off with a nice attack. Loads up that left arm and catches Silvera right on the shoulder, and the game is over and tied up 1-1.
A critical game 3 when we return to our all-Canadian matchup here at Sky Zone Las Vegas. Stick around. Dish customers, now you can get the hot Ultimate Fighter all new Wednesday. And welcome back, everyone, to Ultimate Dodgeball from Las Vegas, Nevada. Brought to you by Sky Zone Indoor Trampoline Park. Ultimate Dodgeball lives here. Visit skyzone.com for a park near you. And by Lawrence Fabric and Metal Structures. Your imagination is our vision. Start your project at lawrencefabric.com. What great action we've had here at Sky Zone and Ultimate Dodgeball. I mean, balls flying everywhere, people get nailed in the head, beat everywhere. Great athletes, great athleticism, and unbelievable skill as the sport continues to grow. Ed, what are your thoughts?
Well, I got to tell you, I come from ground up dodgeball, pretty much in court. And what's happened with Sky Zone putting these trampolines in here, it's just blown this sport up. So anyone who has played in a court or in a gymnasium, I highly recommend you get out here. I've been playing it for the last year. It has been a blast. It's a lot of fun, and it's just changing the dynamics of the sport. It's just allowing so many more opportunities for dodgeballers to come out and experiment and try different things. And it's a heck of a lot of fun to jump around here.
Well, Sky Zone is a great place to learn. For more information, go on to udodgeball.com. Let's jump right back into the action here at Sky Zone's Ultimate Dodgeball Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Trace Worthington and Ed Prentice. The teams are tied 1 apiece, Ed. This is a key game.
Oh, and Mergler just takes McVetti, takes his feet out from under him, Trace, and McVetti heads to the sideline.
In Las Vegas, Nevada, Trace Worthington and Ed Prentice. The teams are tied 1 apiece, Ed. This is a key game.
Oh, and Mergler just takes McVetti, takes his feet out from under him, Trace, and McVetti heads to the sideline looking for an ice pack.
They're tied 1-apiece, Ed. This is a key game.
Oh, and Mergler just takes McVetti, takes his feet out from under him, Trace, and McVetti heads to the sideline looking for an ice pack.
He's leaning down over there.
Yeah, that was a crazy shot. I mean, Mergler just wound up and teed off. And Toronto gets off to a great start here in this game 3.
1 apiece. As Toronto in red has 5 strong.
Mississauga slowing things down, and that's smart for them to do right now. You hear the ref counting down. They've got to throw those balls or they get called for stalling and lose a player.
Good communication out there.
Yeah, you can even hear guys from the sideline telling them to slow things down. And look at Toronto using the back pads and back pads. Here's Mergler again. He's fired up. He's ready to throw. He started the game off strong, and he is just looking to take out another player. Now you see how hard these guys are throwing. The balls are coming back off the back wall and back to Toronto, and down goes another Mississaugan. And now we've got a commanding in for Toronto as Mississauga's down to 2 players.
Game 3. Whoever wins this takes it.
They both should throw at the same guy, and they do. Unfortunately, they're not able to connect. Definitely taking their time.
Who's better under the pressure situation here, Mississauga or Toronto?
Well, it's anybody's call. They're both great teams, but Toronto's just been there, done that before, and you can see they're taking advantage of their expertise. And here we've got another case of Silvera back there all by himself, and that's a tough place to be right now, Trace.
Great job. Looked like you got one of them there.
Yeah, and look at Toronto. They're just so calm back there, and they're not stressing out. They're not getting excited, and now they're calling out plays, and they're going to definitely try to triple up on them. And they do, and Mergler starts the game and finishes the game. And Toronto is fired up.
Great comeback by Toronto. Mississauga nailed them in game 1. Game 2, they made a comeback, and here in game 3, it's Toronto.
Yeah, 5-on-5, and Mergler started things off right with a headshot of the night. And it just caught McVetti right in the face and just took his legs out from under it. You know, and the worst part about getting in the face like that isn't even the sting of the ball. It's the fact that the cameraman just wants to show it to you over and over and over again, Trace.
It's like the new Mike Tyson signature model dodgeball there.
Yeah, poor McVetti, but the game goes on, and we're at 5-on-4. Compliments makes a nice throw to the head of Sabravri with a joint attack with Snow, and the headshots just keep coming from Toronto. 5-on-3, Silveria picks off Snow with an ankle shot in the corner. And there goes Snow, and you see it just barely hits him. Snow steps up and heads off to the sidelines. Now we're down to 4-on-3, and Mergler has a chest shot on Sewell that just takes him out, and you just see it here. Bang! And Sewell cannot bring it in, and Mergler's just on fire today. Now we're down to 4-on-2, and Koplowitz takes out Chalmers at the knees. You can see it close up here. The Toronto's doing a great job of just keeping their throws low enough where they can't really get a handle on it on Mississauga over there.
And then 4-on-1.
Yeah, that's, like I said in their game, it's just a tough place to be against this tough Toronto team. And then they come up with the win, and Mergler's obviously very excited there.
Well, big win for Toronto. Congratulations to both Canadian teams as 1-on-4. Could not cut it for Mississauga, and that's going to wrap it up for us here at Sky Zone. Make sure to go over to skyzone.com and find one of these exciting indoor trampoline parks where you can play ultimate dodgeball. So long, everybody.